What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I enjoyed my weekend because I did absolutely nothing except for yesterday. I went to a little wrestling party, which I'll talk about in a second. For everyone watching, please click the like button, which is the thumbs up button. We finally got over 2,000 likes. So I want to say thank you to everyone for making it happen. Please, let's keep it going. Maybe let's try to go for 2,300 on this video. If you did not listen to our podcast from Friday, please make sure that you listen to the Scorpion Show podcast. Do me a favor, put this as a note or as a reminder in your phone on Fridays to listen to the Scorpion Show podcast, either on Spotify or on your Apple podcast. Put the alarm on for 7 a.m. or whenever, so you can be reminded to turn on the Scorpion Show podcast. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything? Yeah, I did. It was a lot that went on this weekend, but I did get a chance to get out the house. I don't have to make this a whole 5-minute thing about how I finally got back out the house, but I did enjoy my friends yesterday. You know what I did when I went over there? I watched wrestling, I ate, and then I sat in a recliner and went to sleep. Oh. I just went straight to sleep, pulled that shit right out, and went to sleep. So, but I still had a good time watching some of the matches. Some matches I was interested in, some I wasn't.
I know wrestling came on Sundays.
Yeah, like for WWE, their pay-per-views come on like on Sundays, like every month. Okay. So, we've been going to different houses, and this time I have to host it, but for August. But I'm trying to think of how I can have it set up outside instead of doing it inside, because I don't want all these people in here during this time. Right. So I'm gonna try to think of how I'm gonna have it outside.
Well, you usually take the TV out. I remember Jeremy and them used to take the TV out.
And have it outside, and
y'all got a table out there
or something. Yeah, they can watch it that way, because everybody coming in, I don't want that. So we gonna I'm gonna work it on out, as they say. How was your weekend?
Hot.
Yes.
It's just too hot.
Extremely hot.
It's too hot. Everything is hot. Everything is hot. Hot. The one good thing about this week, well, it's not really the weekend, but the one good thing about the day is today would have been my grandmother's 96th birthday. Wow. So, my aunts and them, we've been pouring tributes out to her on social media, but it would have been her 96th birthday today. And we're still honoring her.
I'm about to say, is y'all doing anything today, together?
Hell no.
It is super hot.
Right.
It's like 95 degrees.
We did something. We did a big dinner, big birthday party for her for her 90th birthday party a few years ago, and then last year we had a fish fry for her. Right. But I think kind of like now we do things every 5 years.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you click that light switch up?
Turn it on.
Yeah, so it could turn the part of that ceiling fan on.
That's what that is.
90s. That's still a long time ago. 96 years.
Yeah, my grandmother. When I speak of grandmothers, when I say grandmothers, I don't speak of these new age grandmothers. My grandmother was old. Yes, my grandmother was an old school grandmother. She was old school. My grandma was 69 when she died. Mm-hmm. 69. She was going to turn 70 the month after her death. She died on June 14th, Tuesday, June 14th, 1994. Tuesday evening. She had a heart attack in her house.
OJ.
That was the whole time. That was the whole time. Mm-hmm. That was the whole OJ situation that week. Yeah. I think the Bronco chase happened the day of her death. I think.
The Bronco chase was a Sunday.
It was around that time. I know that OJ thing happened the week that my grandmother died. Mm-hmm. So she died. Yeah, she died June 14th, 1994. She was 69. She had a heart attack. She was at home. Mm-hmm. Everything was normal. And two of my cousins, they lived with her at the time. And one of my cousins, my grandmother lived in a house like this. It was a big 3-story house. And she had her room was on the 2nd floor. And both of my cousins, their rooms was on the 3rd floor. And one of my cousins said that he was coming downstairs and he heard her in the room like crying out. And when he went in there, she was clutching her chest and apparently she was having a heart attack. And he called my mom and my aunt, because at the time we lived not too far from my grandma.
Right.
And he said he was so scared that he didn't call 911. He called my mom because he was so scared. He didn't know what was going on. And he said that while he was on the phone with my mom, my grandmother was basically motioning him to get off the phone with her to call help.
Right.
So my mom and my aunt told me recently that by the time her and my mom got there, the ambulance was there, and there was like a crowd outside my grandmother's house. And she said to me, she said, I knew she was dead when they were bringing her down the steps. And I said, why you say that? She said, because while they were bringing her down the steps on the stretcher, part of her breast was exposed. And she said she would have never allowed anybody to have her exposed like that. She said, all I remember is that and your mom. She said, your mom would not stop screaming. She was screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. She said the neighbors were trying to calm your mom down, and she just would not stop screaming because we knew she was dead when they was bringing her down the steps. So that happened. And then 3 days later, as if she was a Muslim,
they had
a
order.
Big homegoing service for my grandmother because all her stuff was in order. She died that Friday evening, June 17th, 1994, St. Joseph Baptist Church. They had a big homegoing celebration, and then she was buried the next day on June the 18th. Because June 18th.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to be buried the same day as her funeral. She said that she didn't want her body rushed to the cemetery. So my aunts and all of them did everything the way she wanted it.
I know that's right.
That's how it was.
So over the weekend, before we get into the Tamar and all of them, we lost a civil rights leader.
Two.
Yeah. C.T. Vivian passed, and we also lost Representative John Lewis, who was a representative in Georgia, I believe for one of the districts in Atlanta. And he was there for over 32 years as their representative. Like 6 months ago, I think it was 6-7 months ago, he announced that he had pancreatic cancer, and that he was fighting it. And I had forgot all about it. And then we found out last Sunday they were saying he passed, and people was upset because you know how people like to jump the gun. And it's like, no, he's still alive and things like that. But I didn't even know things had took a turn for the worse.
Right.
And then we found out Friday night that he passed away. And it was, breaking news. And it was on TV for a couple hours with them talking about his life and talking about him being a part of the, the March on Washington. How he was like one of the, like they were saying, like he was kind of like a radical, and they had to like reel him in at times because he was like one of them people that was ready to, like a fighter, I guess. And I learned a lot because I didn't know. I knew about him doing the march, Bloody Sunday. I did know about that, and how he fought for voting rights and things like that. And mind you, there's a voting rights bill that was passed, and it's still sitting on the desk of the senators. But Mitch McConnell, put out this nice little statement. But yet, you still haven't passed this vote. But we're not even going to get into that. Mm-hmm. But, his death, we don't have too many founding members left from the civil rights movement. And it's kind of like we are in the middle of, this generation is in the middle of our own civil rights movement with Black Lives Matter and things like that. But it's still a tough loss.
Pastor Reginald Sharp Jr. from Chicago, he likes to say we're going through two pandemics, the COVID and the racism.
Right.
And he's right. We are. Two pandemics. And it's unfortunate because, like you said, we don't have, to me anyway, I don't think we have the men and women like they did in the 50s and 60s. We don't, who's our Rosa Parks? Who's our Dorothy Height? Who's our Dr. King? Who's our C.T. Vivian or Fred Shuttlesworth or Medgar Evers or John Lewis or Fannie Lou Hamer or Malcolm X, or oh God, the guy, his name just slipped my mind.
But where they at?
Yeah, but where are they? Where are they? Where's this generations of those people?
Right. They're not. Well, we do have some people.
We do, but it's like,
but it's not. It's not to the point where they're making enough noise.
and this is why I had an issue a few months ago when people were saying when I saw a lot of young black people trying to disregard the progress of what those individuals that I named did 50 and 60 years ago, and a lot of them were saying, oh, well, what exactly did they do? We haven't. And I'm thinking, like, are you kidding me? When they were marching and stuff, and many states in this country, black people weren't even allowed to vote.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Black people had to get on the bus and put their fare in and then get off and then go to the back of the bus to find a seat. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? So when I saw people saying that, I'm just like, the ignorance.
Yeah.
The ignorance. Like Al Sharpton said at Rosa Parks' funeral back in 2005, Al Sharpton said the Montgomery Bus Boycott started in 1955, where millions of African Americans refused to ride on the bus for about a year, and they would walk to work or carpool. He said they did all of that without social media, without cell phones, without emails. They did all of that without any of that. Can you imagine?
No, but they did what they had to do, and they did it. The Montgomery, what is it? Their whatever their bus system was, it was going broke.
Yeah,
because black people wasn't riding it.
Right.
And eventually now people can ride wherever they want to ride. But they went through a lot in those times. Right now we have our issues, like we deal with racism at work, or we deal with police brutality, or what's being done with however people are confronted with police officers now. It's coming to light because it's on video, and sometimes some police departments still don't want to do anything even when you have the video evidence. But
did you see Maxine Waters?
I heard about her stopping just to make sure he was okay, and she's like, even if I gotta get a ticket, that's all right. She's just making sure
she could pay that ticket.
Yeah, she probably get it expunged.
Oh, yeah,
They're not
she's a member of Congress. Yes.
They're not gonna keep that on her record, but she did what she had to do, and thank God for Maxine Waters stopping and doing what she's supposed to do for her constituents.
I didn't know she was in California.
Yes,
I didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I thought she was representing.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of them big names represent California, who we've been seeing on
it's a big state
TV. But yeah, but his family, they're not sure when they want to do his funeral, because they want to wait for C.T. Vivian's family to do what they want to do first, and then they're going to do what they have to do. But we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I don't know if he's going to lie in state. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what they do. But whatever they do, I'm hoping that they do broadcast it on television and show his story and show it, how he affected so many lives. And, he deserves that. Pandemic or no pandemic. If they could do that for George Floyd, they definitely could do this for John Lewis.
And I'm sure a lot of people, they're doing that because a lot of people would want to attend both of those funerals.
Right. Yeah, and they both passed on the same day, like hours apart, in Atlanta together.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Both of them lived long lives, 95 and 80.
When I have my day, don't try to outshine me, okay? Who? Just let me go on my day.
No, I have to be there to make sure everything goes in order, because, if you leave it to them.
Oh, my God.
Baby, can you imagine?
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to either. That's why I'll make sure I be there to
lay down the law.
Lay down the law.
So, I woke up. First of all, I never even slept in my bed on Thursday. Sometimes you can sit at the computer or I'm watching something on TV, and I fell asleep in my chair.
Do you lean on the table, or do you just sit up in the chair? Wow, that's an old person sleep. Yeah. Like, who sleeps like that?
That's how I like. This just started because I never, ever started sleeping in this chair. But then sometimes I just get tired and I go to sleep and fall right to sleep. And I woke up though, and I looked at the computer, and I seen like, oh, Tamar, not Tamar. And then I had messages on my phone, and people had DM'd me on Instagram, and they were talking about, Tamar tried to commit suicide, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? She got rushed to the hospital. Like, I still find that part unbelievable that she would want to do something like that. But then I seen like she had these clips from the show and she was upset about this new show she has called Tamar Braxton Get Your Life, and she was upset about that. And when I seen Tamar's name on Twitter, because she was like, yeah, it's about to get really, really real, she must have deleted the tweet, because I thought it had something to do with Tamara leaving the real. And it said Tamar Thug Braxton. And then when I finally looked at it this time, it said Tamar Slave Braxton as her Twitter name. And, they were saying like she was supposed to do quarantine and chill, but Tamar was not feeling good. She was under the weather, so they was going to push it back to the next week and all this and that. But whatever the case, they had to rush Tamar to the hospital. They said the person on the phone think it was a suicide attempt. They said that Tamar had been suicidal and all kinds of things like that. And, I just still find that hard to believe that she would want to do something like that, or that she tried to go through something like that. If anything, I was just trying to think like it could be accidental. Like if she, because I don't want to talk about that. But, some people do drink and be on medication, and you can accidentally overdose that way. I'm thinking it was something like that, but they were like, it was just too much stuff coming out just saying like Tamar was upset. And then somebody was like, they released like an unreleased tweet. But I'm like, okay, now who got this? Like, who is the rat in this camp that's like tweeting out all of that? Because even if I was going to put a text out on my phone, you can't see that if I don't release it to you guys. So how do you have that? It was just all kinds of stuff. And, they were saying like she was unhappy. She was telling her family that she was going to do it. And all of this stuff don't sound like the person that I once knew. So it's just still like, wow. But a lot can change in people, and they can maybe go through a lot. And, I don't know what causes people to say like, I need to do this, but some people can be triggered into doing that. And I just, if someone has been talking like that in my family, there's no way I will let them be by themselves. I just can't. And that's why it's like, it's too many of them. But I know we're in a different time. So I'm thinking like, where was her husband? Where was her sisters? Or, why didn't they? I'm not her husband. The boyfriend, David. His name David, right? I think his name David. Where was he?
Wrong person.
Where was Tony? Like somebody that she could be around, or maybe they could 302 her, like 302, just a 72-hour check or whatever, just to make sure this person is okay.
Well, wasn't he with her wasn't he the one that found her?
Yeah, he found her unresponsive.
Yeah,
and they said they lived at the Ritz-Carlton, and I'm just like, wow. Then, like, it's just all kinds of stuff that people were saying that I don't want to, partake in, but I do want Tamar to get her shit together. I definitely want her to get her shit together. And I don't want to come off like I don't care, because I definitely care, but you got to get it together. And, hopefully she's seeing the right doctors and talking to the right people, because when you in your life, that's it. Ain't no coming back.
No.
Ain't no coming back, and it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Like, I don't believe nothing in this world is that deep, because God already led you to it. He can get you through it. Nothing to where you can just say, hey, I want to do this. But I'm glad that Tamar has a lot of support from a lot of people. We've been praying for her. People been saying, leaving all kind of messages in her sister boxes and on Tamar's page itself. I don't think this was a publicity stunt or anything like that, but this is serious. And I hope that, Tamar definitely has been changing recently. she's been apologizing to people. Me and Tamar, we, said what we had to say to each other on Instagram Live a couple months ago. So it's, and she hasn't really been in the media, like, as far as saying something or jumping in something. And now it was more like K. Michelle, and be like, bitch, we're in the middle of a pandemic, K. Michelle, and you want to talk about this? Like, girl, sit down. So whatever K. Michelle was talking about, it really didn't take off like it normally would if we weren't in this situation. But I just hope Tamar gets it together. I hope she meets with the right people who can help get her life in order. And with her saying, like, the money with WeTV and the Kardashians are not the Braxtons, okay? With that type of fame comes...
You mean the Braxtons are not the Kardashians?
They not the Kardashians. For y'all to be wanting all of that amount of money, okay? That's just WeTV. And what happened to...
Not ETV.
Yes,
Take
WeTV.
the W off. Okay? And leave the exclamation point.
Right.
Because I think they both have exclamation points.
Right. But I do think that y'all did put the WeTV network where they are.
Right.
But if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, it doesn't help when you all not on the same page, Tracy. It don't help. It don't do nothing. Yeah, Tracy got bills, but it's okay. You could not eat for a couple days. We trying to get a new contract.
Wait, what?
Remember, you know what I'm saying?
I don't. What did you just say?
Her sisters can help her out.
What happened?
Like, remember when she signed the contract only because she said that she needed the money, but
she didn't really want to do the show anymore.
No, she didn't. She didn't want to not sign the contract, but she signed the contract because she said she had bills that needed to be paid. Remember when she was doing the show? She had like Lunel and Phaedra.
Yeah, on there. Yeah.
Yes.
And people trying to figure out when did they even become friends. Yes.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
Yeah. Neither did Tracy.
So they still did. They was named under Braxton Family Values, but the other sisters weren't there because they were boycotting. So it's just not helping. But I think that they could have took their show maybe to even BET. No, I don't know about BET. But at one point, it was supposed to be on Bravo. I don't know what happened. Like, Tamar definitely, her personality screams Bravo anyway. And they definitely would be open more to white people and can cross over like the Kardashians did if they were on a network like Bravo. It would have happened.
Yeah, look at Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah. And they got all different types of shows now. So the Braxtons definitely would be able to fit. Like, because people, they be having them shows about millionaire listings and boats and Vanderpump Rules at a restaurant.
And people watch that.
Right. Who wouldn't want the Crazy
I actually
Braxtons?
sat and found myself watching that boat show when the people go on the boat and I sat there and
Below
watched
deck or something like
that.
that.
This is really interesting.
Something I would never pay.
Something I would never pay no attention to. And then one day I started watching and said, oh, okay, this is good.
Where you was
And
at?
they got some shit with them on that boat. Some people on that oh, baby. You can't work for everybody. You can't.
No. They got love drama or like drama?
It's just it's all different types of drama. Like,
Is they going by? Is they not going by?
It's just drama.
I'm gonna have to check it out because I never.
It's just goofy drama. You be like, come on, white people drama. I mean, you didn't want to say
and they
it, so I
just
said
make it, and they go on 10.
Yeah,
with that little bit of drama.
Right.
Yeah, but I wanted, and then with Tamar, child, everybody's so worried about Tamar. It was hard to even like know what happened with Nick Cannon because people like, did Nick Cannon check out too? Because Nick Cannon was like, "Oh, y'all can have this earth. I'm good, love, enjoy." He didn't say all that, but I'm just paraphrasing.
That's basically what he said.
Yes, he's like, "Go ahead, enjoy earth," and it's like, child, you too, Nick. No matter what's going on in life, it's never too hard to where you have to do this. If you ever have, and this is to everyone watching, if you ever hear like this voice telling you to do something and you know that it's not right, please go get help. Tell someone. And if they don't believe you, you got to keep talking to people until you can get help from the right person. The best thing to do is to find a doctor who can help you in that situation, or or help you take the right medicine. And it's not nothing to be laughed with when it comes to mental health. We all have to take our mental health very seriously.
Right.
Over the weekend, I was talking about this, and something I don't do. I do ask my friends how they are, but I don't be like, like, how is your mental health? Did you get your mental? But I do make sure that they're fine. And how are they? And my friends, they've been, checking up on me to make sure I'm okay, and I am okay. But I'm not, listen, y'all, I'm not at that, like, I've never been to that point where, like, I feel like, oh my God, I'm just so depressed, y'all. I got days where I be sad, but I don't want to be depressed.
Right.
So I do things, or I go outside, I sit outside, or I play my game, or I go on Twitter. I'm keeping active and not trying to sleep all the damn time, or just feel sorry for myself. I know it's tough to not just be able to go somewhere, because I want to, like, go on vacation somewhere and I can't, but other than that, like, I'm fine. But we all got to get our mental health checked on, and it's okay. And we have to stop thinking that it's such a shame for if you don't feel right mentally. And that's something that it definitely stood out when Jennifer Lewis came on our show and talked to us about it. And I will say it has become, it's not like it's not as bad as it used to be when it comes to talk about mental health. I seen that Michelle Williams, she had like a doctor on her
reality show. Yeah.
On not even just the reality show. She's been doing like Instagram lives with a doctor, and they've been talking about health, mental health. And they had like a 21-day mental health brain thing or something like that. It's people out here trying to educate people, but it does nobody no help if you sitting around making it look bad. You shouldn't make it. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking stigma is the word I'm looking for. But you don't want to make it look like a bad thing. You want to take care of your mental health. I feel like something just ran across my head. Or a fly or something. And then Kanye West, child.
Do we have to? God.
I don't even. Yeah, we don't
so
even have to
sad.
get into what he.
It's so sad, Kevin. It really is. It's sad.
He's not making us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
And this is what I'm saying. Where is your family?
It's sad. It
Kim,
really is.
what's going on?
It's sad, Kevin.
Like, he gets up there and say, I'm not even repeating what he said about Harriet Tubman, but come on. And you want to leave this country? This is all just a distraction. And I don't think he's really going to do it. And they say he missed the deadline to get on the South Carolina ballot. But, it wouldn't make no difference anyway. South Carolina is a red state. What you going to do, take votes away from Trump? Like, come on. He's in the way. And he needs to get his thing together.
It's embarrassing now. He made a complete fool of himself last night. He was rambling on and crying and crying and just saying all types of stupid stuff. I almost killed my daughter. I'm just.
It didn't seem sincere.
No. He's just and his wife was nowhere to be found. There's nobody. No, I'm trying to figure out how do those people even get tickets to that event.
And somebody, none of them had no mask on except for that one girl.
Yeah, somebody DM'd me and said that he was in. No, someone DM'd me and said that he was there. Yeah, said that he was there. And I asked him, I said, well, what on earth were you doing there?
Yeah.
Why are you there? What the hell?
Yeah. He left because of what he said about Harriet Tubman on that video.
I wouldn't have even went.
Yeah. This is a man that says slavery was a choice.
And people still defending him.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And they lined up to buy his sneakers because they couldn't even get through to buy his sneakers. And I wish I would. Spend all that money on a Kanye shoe.
That man is... He is the Kanye West is the prime example of a COON. And Not only that, but people, particularly people in the HOOD.
I'm about to say, what the hell is that?
I started spelling too fast. In the HOOD, particularly those people will line up to buy the YEEZY. Apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Okay? They need to stop. That's who he's making his money off of, people in the hood.
Yeah.
They struggle and they spend their check to go buy Yeezys and all that old goofy shit.
Because they don't care about what he said.
No, they don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's Kanye. They don't, and it's sad. It's
Yeah.
a sad day
But
when you allow a black person to say the things that he says about black people, and then go out and support that black person. You already know that I haven't supported Kanye West in years,
Right.
And I look down on people who do, because I just look at them like, why would you support a black man who talks the way he talks about black people? Why would you support him?
Yeah.
You know, when people look at me, oh no, you got to understand his mom died. A lot of people's moms died.
Okay, that don't mean they get out there and
Kevin,
act like
your
an
mother
ass.
died, and you better
Yes.
not start acting like an ass. Okay?
I just might.
Okay? Well, not a Kanye West ass. Don't act like him. I'll allow you to act like an ass. Just don't act like him.
No. And if I do, y'all better get me
You know,
together.
people just
You
say
know.
all types of, oh, his mom died, all this. And you're like, what? You know how many people moms died and they grieve and they go. Nobody acts like that. This is who he is. This is him.
Right.
This is him. He's showing us who he is. He got that money. Now he don't know how to act. Kanye West is a prime example of a person that you can't give too much fame and power to, because this is what they do with it.
And it's
I
a
think he had
shame because
audacity to say that he would want Jay-Z to be his running mate. Don't you
Bitch.
dare bring Jay-Z into this. He did an interview where he said,
I thought him and Jay wasn't cool no
no,
more.
but that's mentalness where you talk about you, as if you're still friends with somebody. That man didn't acknowledge you. He said in an interview the other day, he told the young lady, when me and my team were thinking of a running mate, I thought about the state that has his initials and SC. Oh, sure. And I'm like, what? But shut up. Just shut up. That man don't want nothing to do with you. Shut up.
And you know what's crazy? Because the same ones that went out there and called K Michelle, Chrisette Michelle,
Yep.
all of those names,
Yep.
because she sang at the convention or one of the parties during the inauguration. Now, you know, y'all out here supporting Kanye.
And sympathetic to Kanye.
And her career done suffered for the last 4 years, and Kanye's flourished. All them shoe sales. And this man was in the White House with a red hat on.
Yep.
And y'all
Make
support
America great
that.
again. Had it.
Y'all support that. But I'm not saying y'all.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
everybody.
Not just
not
y'all,
everybody.
but some of y'all. You know, they still go out and buy that Yeezy. They go crazy when that album dropped. Child, I don't even know the last album. Last Kanye album I listened to was I can't even remember the name. But I love it. I love it from front to back. The 808s and Heartbreaks. That's my favorite Kanye album. That album is just everything from front to back. And some of the songs can make me cry just instantly hearing them. But other than that, I ain't giving Kanye all of that. Kanye need to get himself together. Anytime you out there talking about Harriet Tubman, you want to lead this country, and you out there, you not. He's not there. And you need to come get your husband.
Right.
Black ass king. I mean, black is king. Beyonce.
Don't do that. Don't you do it.
I am a black ass king.
Oh.
But
I felt like you were trying to be smart.
no. Black is King is a film by Beyonce, and it's coming out July 29th, which is in 2 weeks. And it'll be airing on Disney Plus. And if you're watching and you live in Africa, there's a network, I believe it said MB. Oh, I don't want to mess around. I don't want to say the wrong network, but it begins with an M. They're going to be airing it in Africa and also on Disney Plus. And thank you to Verizon. I have a year's worth of Disney Plus for free. Because I had canceled my subscription. But, you know, since I did some new stuff with Verizon, they gave me a Disney Plus for free for a year.
I know that's right.
And I'll be able to watch it when it comes on. You know, some people going to kill me because I try to watch Hamilton. And it's, you know what? I'm tired of all of this singing and plays, you know. Like, because I can watch the Tyler Perry play now, But when they start their singing, I fast forward and go back to the acting because I just get tired of that singing. And
well, don't ever go to a theater show because then you
I
have to sit
know
through it.
I know they're gonna sing. I know, but when I was watching Hamilton, right, I think like every line rhymed and they sang
I can't watch a show
through
like
the
that.
whole thing. I only gave that show 20 minutes and I said, nope, this ain't for me.
Yeah, no. It didn't even look like a show that I would be interested in watching.
Now I might give
going
it a
to go
try
see.
again, but because everybody was talking about how good it was, and I tried to watch it and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Now people might curse my
Now,
ass
you know, it's
out.
a good Broadway show that I went to go see last year. The
Temptations. I
show.
definitely don't see that.
You know, and we were going to go see the Tina Turner musical this September, but of course with the COVID, everything got canceled.
Right.
So hopefully, when Broadway does open back up
Next year,
if we're not too bad of a girl. We can get some tickets.
Right.
And because the Tina Turner show was supposed to end this year.
they might come back.
Yeah,
next
so because, you know,
year.
it'll miss
ain't
half a
nobody
year.
miss
So,
no
yeah.
money.
So, you know, if we're not too bad of a girl, we can
Right.
go see it.
I wonder, does Broadway, even though they're not making money, are they paying these actors and actresses?
No, absolutely not. The actors, I've been following it. The actors have been trying to find other ways to make money. It's
Oh my God.
even like a lot of these dancers have not been making money, and they've been trying to find other ways to make money. No, where are they making money from? They're bread and butter. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, maybe they can all get that pandemic unemployment.
Yeah, I think something like that was happening, and I think remember when Disney did that big telethon for Broadway a few
Right.
months ago? They were trying to raise money for them. Yeah, they're
'cause
not.
There's a lot of actors out of
Yeah.
work. Oh my God. Well, hopefully, you know, and New York is expensive, and I know that they were saying like nobody can be evicted, so you know they doing the best that they can.
Yeah.
And if you can support in any type of way, if you can support an actor or actress or a musician
Or a dancer.
yeah, do what you can. Do what you can to help. Even if you donate food to a food pantry, you're doing your part to help people who are in need of help.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that, I have a doom of sadness coming over me, and I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't know why. If y'all can help people, just help them. Mikhail, please don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm sitting here.
because I know how you get. I don't know why. I just feel so sad.
I'm waiting for you to get over whatever you're getting over.
I don't know why. It just happened just like that. I'm okay though. I'm okay.
You know, one of these days somebody's going to put a clip of how many times you cried on the show. And then I'll laugh.
Please. I don't know. It just came over me just like that. I don't know why.
That's all right.
I'm
I just
sorry.
made you laugh a few minutes ago when
I
I said
know.
about if I wasn't too bad of a girl.
Oh my God.
Because that came out of left
No,
field. when
yes,
she
it did. I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready when I heard her say it. I wasn't ready when I heard her say it. I said, oh, wow. She's really serious. If I wasn't too bad a girl.
Oh, and we got to get the sad news out the way. I forgot to talk about. Oh yeah, Beyonce, Black is King, July 29th.
Boy, you
Disney.
bounced back real fast,
We'll
don't
be
you?
talking about it.
That was real fast. Wow.
We'll be watching it. And Beyonce, this is inspired by her album from The Lion King. I forgot the name of it, but it's inspired by that album she dropped last year when she worked with African artists, and she did an African inspired album based on The Lion King. That's what this film is going to be about. And of course, you're going to have different appearances by everyone. And whenever it premieres on Disney Plus, everyone's going to be talking about it. And the next day or that same day, whatever day it is, of course, Mikkel and I will be discussing Black is King. Sad news. Alex Trebek. He's been doing well. He's been fighting pancreatic cancer for well over a year now. He recently stated in an interview with the New York Times that if this chemo, if it doesn't work out, or if he recovers and he has to take it again, he's going to stop all treatments. And he was saying that he's still going to do the show Jeopardy, which he's been hosting for over 30 years. But he said if he can no longer do what he can, he's going to walk away from the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just some sad news. So let's keep Let's keep Kanye. Let's keep Tamar. Let's keep Alex Trebek and the families of C.T. Vivian and Rep. John Lewis in prayer. The Entanglement song, I don't know why I put it on my notes. I was supposed to listen to it. I never got a chance to listen to it. But I heard it's a bop, and I heard that it's very, very petty. And, I think that August Alsina got to milk this while he can, because we're going to be moving on to other things. And even looking at my list, there's so much to talk about. He could get lost in the shuffle, so this is a great way to remain relevant. I'm just trying to understand why Rick Ross decided he wanted to jump on the song and do his little play on words with Jada and Will and things like that. What do they have to do with him? That's what I'm trying to understand. But a lot of people like the song, so I haven't heard it. And Mikhail, that's your boy. Did you hear it?
Who, August Alsina?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just think now it's just doing too much now.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing way too much. Like,
Yeah.
everybody felt sorry for you, and now everybody's tired of you.
Because you're petty.
Yeah, now you just being petty. When he did what he did to Keke Palmer the other day, not the other day, like last week, I said, no, now you're being smart.
Right.
You're just doing too much now.
Yeah, and Keke, like, that was out of left field.
It was out of left field
they
because she wasn't
talking-
even trying to be smart.
No.
She wasn't trying to be smart. She just like,
He
no.
felt some type of way.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute now.
Yeah. And Keke Palmer had to let these girls know, listen, my show did not get canceled because I'm out here, on the front lines of protesting. And something I will say is, because before the pandemic started, Keke Palmer went on the Strahan and Sarah show as a guest. And you know how you fill in for somebody? And her and Michael's chemistry was so good that they was like, bitch, we might as well just sign her to this show.
Right.
And, some days I will watch them and they were good together. But she went in there and she got on the show and she's been on there for a while. But when the pandemic hit, ABC decided to do a show talking about what's going on in different states.
Right.
It wasn't like they was like, oh, this show just not doing well, let's cancel it. This is a good time to have this show. So the show ended up being canceled. But Keke Palmer had to let it be known that this show did not get canceled because of me going out there being on the front lines. And she let them know that the type of deal that she has with Disney, it is going to be for like multiple shows. Mm-hmm. So shit, we might see her on The View, even though I don't want her there.
No, I do not.
Because I feel like Keke is someone like, she could be on The Real, but not on The View.
Right, because that's too much of, yeah. And I think that it would be good to see her and Megan go at it, but I think Megan is a little bit too politically astute for Keke.
Yeah, I just don't see Keke doing politics. No. But I'm happy that she was out there, and basically she said, bitch, I still got my deal with ABC. We're just not doing Strahan.
I'm
Sarah
still getting a check.
Right. Because they're going to find something else for her to do.
Yeah, those checks are still coming.
So she's good. And she said, so stop spreading bad lies. And the person that wrote me said, like, somebody wrote me, and I was like, no, that's not true. Mm-hmm. And I even sent them a screen cap or something else, like before Keke even said something. Because sometimes, people be sending you stuff. Sometimes they got the right stuff. And then some things I just be like, no, this is not true. Or I don't even think I want to jump in and talk about that that thing. But yeah, I'm happy for Keke. She got a new song out and a new video, and I don't really pay attention to that music career, but at least she keeping busy. Everybody out here trying to keep busy,
trying to keep their head above water.
Yeah,
making a way to
keep them.
Yes,
yeah.
Temporary layoff.
Good time. Everybody got temporary layoff.
Easy credit ripoff.
Scratching everybody scratching and surviving with these.
Hanging in the jolly, okay?
Good time. And we lucky we got it.
Okay.
Look, I don't know how lucky I am during this time, because I'm over this time.
Listen, you lucky. We still here, ain't we?
Yeah, I still got
That's
my
right.
life, right?
Okay. So we here.
Yeah. And by the way, something I left out on Nick Cannon. His show is not going to debut this year. It'll debut sometime.
What is that? Oh,
somebody in a fight.
Oh, my
damn
God.
sure wasn't me farting in the show.
No, I didn't know it was you. I'm thinking, I knew it was coming from outside. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, first of all, it's too hot to be on anybody's motorcycle.
Yes.
Driving around like, you wait till the sun go down.
And even still, it's too hot.
Yeah, it's 95 degrees. I don't want to be on nobody's motorcycle and nobody's car. You know, I just want to be under the air and relaxing. What I was gonna say, yeah, Nick Cannon's show is postponed until next fall season, so 2021.
But what show is it that he has?
He remember when he co-hosted Wendy Williams last year when she was in her thing and her band?
Oh, and then they gave him a show.
Yes, they gave him a show, and then
they may not even do next year coming. They may not even let him.
Yeah, I think it's hopefully if people learn how to stay home and chill out, you know.
No, I'm saying next year for him. He'd be lucky if they even decide to even do it.
Oh, they're going to give him that show because Nick Cannon is good at what he does. And I was really engaged with him when he hosted Wendy's show. He knows what he's doing.
He needs to stop doing interviews, though.
Well, he's going to have a talk show.
No, I'm saying until the show starts back up. For
like
now.
You need to make people wait for like a whole year?
No, what I mean is he needs to stop talking now.
Yeah, but
because he keeps doing these interviews and
he got an upcoming interview with a rabbi, and when they offended the Jewish community, he offended the Jewish community, and you know how it is in this industry.
And the black people got upset with him because he started apologizing.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. Don't y'all want to see Nick Cannon eat? Okay,
but they don't want to see him. I don't know what they want. It just gave me a headache.
But yeah. 2021 Nick Cannon will be back.
It's like black people want Nick Cannon to be successful, but then it's like they don't want him to apologize for what he said. But then it's like you got to realize who's running this industry. So technically, he should never even said it.
Yeah, I wouldn't let that come out my mouth.
Out in public.
No, that's kitchen table talk.
Yeah, that's kitchen table talk. You don't say that out in public.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick. You know better. You were married to Mariah Carey. You were the guy who got Mariah Carey pregnant.
Yeah, with them twins. Finally,
you were a kid when Mariah Carey was doing her thing. You was on all that.
You gonna keep going?
I'm just saying. Mariah Carey was big when he was on all that. And who would have ever thought that all that Nick Cannon would have been Mariah Carey's sperm donor?
This when Mariah was going through her thing? No.
Well, Nick Cannon was on all that like in the late 90s.
Yeah, Mariah was popping.
Yeah, hello?
Oh,
she was Mariah fucking Carey in the late 90s.
Mariah, when she did that glitter thing, that's when she
That was in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But I'm saying by the 90s, Mariah Carey was that girl.
Yeah, she was. Like, anything that was on the radio, that's Mariah Carey.
Her and Whitney were like the two top black female vocalists in the 90s. People were trying to figure out who was better. Yeah. Whitney had more soul.
Yeah.
You know, she had more soul because that church soul,
but see, Mariah never wanted to be so anyway.
No,
Mariah
she never did.
wanted to be a hoe. She wanted to be a pop star. She wanted to take her clothes off.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it for real. She did the type of music she wanted to do when she got up from under Tommy Mottola. All of that Celine Dion shit, that was not her bag. She wanted that bag when she came out with Honey. What was that, 95, 96? Yeah, probably 96. Oh, my God. Yes. That was like different. Mariah Carey and Puff Daddy. Who would have thought that would have happened at that time?
Yeah.
And Diddy, oh, my God. Diddy.
Me and Mariah.
He
go
was
back like
yeah.
I said, oh, do you?
He had the.
That was when the rumors were spreading around in the industry that she was somewhat of a.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen. I just think that was a fun time. I woke up on Saturday. I posted Adina Howard. Like I was like, the '90s were wild. I missed the '90s.
I saw you post that. Imagine sitting in a church at somebody's funeral and you pop on Facebook and you see Adina Howard's ass. You have to hurry up and scroll because Adina Howard's ass.
And that's how I feel when I'm on Twitter or I'm in a barbershop and I'm scrolling on Twitter and then I gotta look at somebody getting pounded. Like, the fuck? Like, can y'all stop with this?
No, they can't, and I don't want them to.
Separate website.
No, they don't, because Twitter is. Like, I just hate that the videos sometimes be too short.
Yeah, I don't want to see you on there, Mikkel. Please.
You don't play with me. Do not play with me.
Because people be recording hiding their cameras nowadays.
I don't go to nobody's house.
I know.
so you're not going to record me. Okay.
As long as you got the camera, I know that's right.
Yeah, as long as I got 4
You
wheels.
better be holding the camera.
As long as I got 4 wheels. Okay. I'm going to do this in this car.
You ain't got no shame about getting
I'm a
caught,
mess.
huh? So, The Shy came on. Let me tell you, I watched it early Sunday morning. I watched that episode. So far, this is my favorite one because it was a blackout. You know, Candy was back on there this week. Candy got dick down. I mean, that's the only way to say it. She had fun on her little scene, but you know, Ty, I think this the scene that Ty was kind of like, you know, wasn't too happy about. But I think Candy pulled it off fine. I think she did a great job. Mm-hmm. The kids did a great job with this blackout.
I thought they were going to be in bed somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm thinking where the hell they parents at? Because they got to be what?
No,
12?
not them. I'm talking about Candy and the guy. Because the way I thought maybe they was going to be in bed having sex. That's what I thought.
Oh no, they did it on the desk. They did it where they had to. You know, get in when you fit her. And I said this fits Candy because this is what's the name of her sex line, her sex toy line she had? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But I'm like, this is Candy all the way. Like she, you know, go ahead. I just was wondering what her mother Joyce was thinking during this thing. But you know, the kids on the show, I am wondering about where their parents are, because first of all, Kevin, you are what, 12, 13? And you out here in these streets and it's a blackout and, you know, and then Papa, your father's a preacher and his son is out here past 10 p.m. Oh, it was a lot of stuff going on. But I loved how the kids interacted with each other. I love that Maisha and Papa is dating and they made it official and they are too damn grown, but it was just.
That Maisha is grown.
Yes, she is, but it was so cute.
She got a mouth on her. Jesus.
But she's confident. She know what she know who she is. You know, I love it. I love seeing the kids do their thing. But Miss Keisha, okay. So we finally seen Keisha. Whoever he is, he got her locked in the house and is connected to Wi-Fi so they can see where, you know, whatever she's doing, if she's taking a piss, if she's eating, if she's sleeping. Ooh, that's so horrible. Big Brother is watching, okay? And that's for real. So, you know, it finally gets to the point where the blackout happens and she's trying to get away and all of that stuff. So we see her trying to get away. And she's trying to get out the house and all of that stuff. And in the meantime, Ronnie's grandmother, how the fuck she leave that house? I don't know. That place she was staying, she left trying to get into her old house.
Yeah, because how did she get out the front door with a blackout?
It's just too much going on.
But you know what happens with, you know, people with dementia?
Yeah.
It happens. You know, they do.
You see people, they say, have you seen this person? Mm-hmm. They done got out.
It happened to my pastor's mom once. Mm-hmm. She got out of their house and he had to go, and it was raining too. And he had to go up there because his sister didn't drive, and his sister was so scared, you know, looking, and she called him, and he went up there. And before he got to their house, like around the corner from their house, he saw his mom under the bridge, standing under the bridge crying. And he pulled over, She had walked from the house. And the sister, I think she had went upstairs, and when she came back downstairs, the mom had went out that front door.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta watch them.
You gotta watch them.
They will.
Yes, they will. And they don't. And then when people see them walking down the street, you don't know that they got dementia. You just see a person walking down the street. You don't know there's something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Like it's just crazy.
Yep.
So we seen Ronnie mom, and then she was like, "Oh, he tried to touch me. He tried to fill up on me."
Lying.
I was cracking.
Miss Ethel. She's a man.
And then she finally like, "Did you find that girl?" He was like, "No," but she knew who he was this time. So we seeing like how she is going in and out.
And she told him, "You got baptized? You already been baptized."
Yeah. She's like, "Cause your mother wasn't.
Your mother was a whore."
Yeah,
that's what she told her. And your father was out there.
Yeah, he was somewhere out there. Remember that song?
That's how it usually is. When the parents are like that, the grandmother steps right on them. Because the grandmother be damned if you let her grandchild go to a foster home.
Okay. Yeah.
You come to live with me. And it's just that.
It's a tough time. That I can tell you. But yeah, so she you know, so they got that. It was something else on that episode that went down. So we had the okay. So Luke's character, I can't remember his name for some reason, but him and the girlfriend, you know, so now they trying to get Jake in custody. You know, so they had the little lady come over that do the what do you call social work or whatever. She finding shit all out of place, but this time she had a little girlfriends over there. She was doing their hair, and they was on Grindr and Grindr or Jacked or one of them things, and they brought up that, you know, you really
Which one
shouldn't
you
be
have?
on those. Both. I have three.
I think it was Grindr that he was on.
Oh.
The guy.
Yeah, one of them apps, and I think she's a trans woman. But you see, when I see trans women on there, like if they hit me up, I block them. Otherwise, I don't, because it's you know,
You're not
But-
into trans women.
No, I'm not. But I'm
Right.
just like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
but I don't expect to see them on there.
Why not?
Because it's like, I don't. Because I'm thinking like what I'm thinking who they might be looking for is not there. But
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're
but
saying.
they do be on there, and it's
But you know,
like,
there's a lot of trans women who like femme boys.
or they like the DL guys, so they be like,
But I'm thinking, why would you find a DL guy on Grindr or Jack?
because some of these guys out here do download the app and they don't have no face and they claim, a lot of them claim.
See, I would
DL.
imagine them to go to a site like the old back page and stuff where they
Right,
can, that not
right.
a Grindr or something like that, not an app.
Yeah,
I
because
would
you don't
expect
want
them
that
to
sound to go off and
Right.
them girls be like, ooh, you heard that sound? Because one time we was at, never mind, I'm not going to out them. But I did see it come up on their phone. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, it really happened. Okay, I'm sorry for falling
Listen,
out
I
like
don't-
that.
That's why I don't play them app games. I don't play them.
I'm sorry for falling out like that. But it was just shocking that it came up. But we all still had a good time. Oh my God, we had a ball. But I guess they were, well, it still probably is in the closet. So I never said anything. But I just don't like it when, you know, they claim they DL and I be like, child, ain't nobody DL in 2020. This is all just to like be a what's the word? They try to give off that, yeah, I'm that street guy or whatever that they're looking for. But yeah, I just don't really see trans women on there a lot. It's not a lot of trans women on the apps. But I understood the message that they were trying to get across on the show, but I feel like it could have been something different. Like,
What message are you talking about?
the
now?
message of, you know, stop dealing with all of these guys.
Oh,
or stop
that,
meeting
yeah.
up with people, you know, because if they don't know your tea or whatever, or they, you know, they were saying like they feel guilty afterwards, and then they might try to do something to you. So but you do have to be careful. Period. And there are some men that's like that. Like they say that they're not gay, but they sleep with a trans, and you're still not gay, but you feel guilty afterwards, and then they try to take their anger out on a trans. And we have lost too many trans women, and it's like it's becoming a trend, and it's not enough noise being made about it. And that's why we have to say like trans lives matter and black trans lives matter, and people get upset when you say it, but all black lives do matter. But it's a shame that we have to say if they're trans or if they're gay, because people don't feel like, oh, they can march for them. But when you go out there and something happened to you, the gays and everybody else who's doing the organizing and all of that, we out there marching for you. So how dare you think that, shouldn't say, oh, I can't march for you. Get the fuck out of here with that. But yeah, back to that. So yeah. So they're trying to get custody of Jake. And she was like, oh, bitch, this out of place, that's out of place. You need to do this, you need to do that. And if you want to be here, you need to get a license. Like, she was like getting them together. And he's like, well, why I got to
First
do
of all, the
all of
apartment
that?
was a mess.
Yes.
To let somebody in your house and it's like that, then that just, I would have said, oh no. First of all, they left all the trash and stuff on the table. That right there was a mess.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even trying to clean up.
Yeah. But it was, so he's trying to get his brother or whatever, and I do think he need to get from under that guy, Duda. Because, he's Duda at night and Otis by day, and Jake don't need to be around that. After seeing...
Because Jake got a potty mouth too.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a potty mouth.
Mm-hmm. Like he just think that he is the shit.
And he do. And he type to get somebody pregnant at a young age. He has a potty mouth.
And he out there doing it too.
Yeah.
Probably with no
Fingering.
condom.
Because that's what he always
Yeah,
talk
he
about.
did.
Yeah, you can't finger nobody in no. I'm like, oh my God, boy, how old are you? Talking about fingering somebody. What is going on? You keep talking like that.
Yeah, so we see all that action. Then Emmett and what's her name? Her name not Keisha on this show.
No, Lala. I don't know.
Yeah. Lala was trying to tell the boy. First of all, Sonny was like, "Look, bitch. Now somebody done seen you. That's cold. You know, every old person knows somebody. You know, they use this like, yeah, because somebody saying."
Yep.
No, we are. Look, I know what's going on, but I'm trying to use it differently, so you better get it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he didn't catch on. Like, how do you think, as popular as Sonny's is, that nobody would catch on? That Mr. Sonny wouldn't catch on to you cooking in his establishment at night? Are you crazy?
Right.
Are you crazy? And Lala was like, "Look, bitch, you need to let him know." Like, cause I don't think he'd be mad, but you need to let him know. And then Mr. Sonny got Emmett together in that parking lot, and I felt bad for Emmett because Mr. Sonny did come at, but he was disappointed. I don't think that he would never would stop speaking to Emmett, but he was just really disappointed in Emmett because he gave him the chance, and he still didn't do it, and even.
And you took advantage of.
I keep wanting to call her Lakeisha so bad.
You took he took advantage of
the restaurant and you cooking in my shit.
In his position.
Right.
He took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. She's like, look, you take your shit, you get the fuck out of here. Shut this shit down, get the fuck out.
Yep. Yep.
That's some old people for you. I was like, oh, I felt bad for him. I really felt bad for Emmett. But Emmett, you tried it. Like, because he one of those slicksters, or what's they call him, a trickster or a slickster. That's what he is. And if he could get away with it without getting caught, that's what he's going to do. And all you got to do is sometimes go about doing things the right way, or by saying this is what I want to do, this is the plan I want to do, and talking about it. But you want to be so sneaky. And then this ain't going to do nothing but get him fucked up, because him and he going to fuck Lala's character. And
I mean, that'd be a great sex scene.
Yeah, I want to see him, not her. But I mean,
he looked at her like, "Girl, you just don't."
Yeah, and then he gonna because the girlfriend gonna find out. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Then they living at his mom's house. She gonna get herself together. She gonna go back to that boy. I'm thinking, it's
what
just
boy, the one she's selling drugs to.
Yes, ain't that one of the that's what you call him, husband?
Yeah,
Tia Mowry husbands. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's her husband. I said, okay. Look, everybody working out here. I haven't seen him in nothing in a while. So I'll be happy to see people working. But she going to go right to him. Because he already said if he act up, come back. And that's what she's going to do. Because Emmett is stupid. He's very stupid. And he listening to somebody like his father.
Who's just as stupid as he is. The apple don't fall too far from the damn tree. Yes. Him and his father are the same person.
Right.
They think with their penises.
Yeah, and his
father said, "Oh, she's cheating on you. Go sleep."
Yeah, leading his son down the wrong way.
Yeah, he's leading his son to be like him. Yeah. All these kids, like it's just a mess.
And then the mom, I'm like, girl, now she's not too old to date outside her race, but I'm like, damn, she can't get no black man.
Right.
Like I like the guy that broke her off in the last episode,
Yeah, but that was that was Emmett's friend, and
that was just a little break off. But she need.
Celia Cruz said, "No, my son was married before." I said, "Oh, okay." Okay.
You tried it, and I'm like, look, she desperate for any race. She was dating an Asian, but they did the little speed date. The Asian guy, black guy, Latino. Look, she probably need a white guy.
What I know.
Yes, I mean you do.
I do. I stick to what I know. I don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere where I don't know, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Sometimes it's fun. Walk you got to learn for the first time sometimes.
I don't have to learn nothing. I stick to what I know.
So,
okay?
so
you go to them different people places like you did, like she did Celia Cruz and Ricky Ricardo last night, and you see how they talked about her.
Right.
Talked about her right in front of her face.
Different language.
Yeah, a different language. Right. You think I'm going to go to somebody's house and they talk about me like that?
Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was cold word to say, let's talk about this bitch.
Yeah. But I felt bad for her. But I'm going to encourage you. Wait, so is it just black only or black Latino?
Who?
You.
Black. You don't have to encourage me nothing. I know what I like. I don't like nothing if you ain't black.
Child.
That's just my preference. I don't want to date nobody black.
I'm trying to get McKenna dipping
No, you're not.
different flavors, you know.
First of all, me and you don't even have the same taste. And
we sure don't.
Never going to get me to take
sometimes,
but that's when it's sexual. When we say, I would just.
But see, if somebody walk down the street, Mikkel know, you know, and I know his type.
Yes.
But I ain't going to say it on here, but I know his type. But, you know, it's fun. It's fun in these North Philly streets, especially during this time of year. And that's all I'm going to say.
Now I got to go to a different neighborhood.
Yeah.
I had to.
So Miss Keisha, all right, so we get to the last part with Miss Keisha, child, because she drains me at the end. She did all that to break free, only to be like, yes, like, girl, if you don't get the fuck up and keep on running, I was so mad. I knew something was going to happen. And so she gets grabbed by the guy, but I'm trying to find out who he is. Like, I don't know if it's because my teeth, like, I know he's black. I don't think he's the I don't know who he is, but I seen some people saying, like, that's the track coach. But then the track coach get killed last season or got beat up or something. So I don't think that it's him. I don't know who it is, but Ronnie heard her voice, so he know that she's in the area. And we getting there. And I just enjoyed this episode. I really, really did. So
I liked it too. It was a good episode.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting to see, like, what's going to, you know. Oh God, she's downstairs. Oh, they can't hear her. Oh, because the microphone on. Y'all can't hear her. Y'all can't hear her. But she's saying, come on, y'all. Come on. So Real Housewives of Atlanta is actually taping. During this COVID season, they're taping, and they will be going, I guess they be going to be getting tests every day or every other day. I don't know how they're going to do this, but I'm trying to think, what's all open? Like, what are y'all going to be doing? Like, what's the drama? What trip y'all going to go on? I don't see it coming back this November. So I don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to make it work, but they're going to be taping. I guess we're going to be having a lot of house parties. And how are you going to create drama? I don't know, Mikkel's. But I don't know if I'm going to be watching. I don't know. We'll see. And Andrew Gillum. So somebody wrote me, like, you need to add Andrew Gillum to the list, LOL. And I watched the video, and I said, well, what was funny about that? She's like, oh, no. She's like,
you did say LOL in a minute. One thing. You like, well, what's so funny?
Yeah, she's like, no, I didn't mean it was like it was funny or whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But all right, girl.
Let's stop putting LOL when it's not needed.
Yeah, because it wasn't funny at all. And, you know, Andrew Gillum, if y'all didn't know, he was the mayor of Tallahassee in Florida. And then he ran for the governor of Florida. He lost to Ron DeSantis last November. And a couple months ago, Andrew Gillum, like when he lost, Andrew Gillum got a gig with CNN, and he was on CNN as a political commentator. He was exclusively to CNN. And it's a lot of noise in my background. So
wait, what happened? Wait, hold on.
You listening to something?
Yes, my cousin. What is she talking about downstairs?
I don't know. I don't even want to run down there to listen what she's talking about. So you got a job with CNN or whatever. He's a political commentator with them. And then he was caught on, like, one morning somebody released these pictures of him. Like it was like story like Andrew Gillum was arrested. He was high on drugs or whatever, and he was passed out naked and all of this stuff, and we was gonna find out what happened. And then the pictures later came out of him laid out on a bathroom floor, and it was pills spread out all around the room.
And a white foot.
And a white foot that took the pictures. So it's like, oh, a white person set him up. Like, I'm like, I don't believe that he did drugs. I think maybe somebody could have put something in a drink, because he's still claiming alcohol. And I don't really think that he would be on like heroin and stuff like that. I mean, some people can function, but you don't really hear about black people being on that type of drug.
Right.
You don't hear about that. Now we'll do some marijuana, or we'll do some other stuff, but not no heroin.
Right.
So I think that maybe somebody put something in his drink and he passed out, and they wanted to get him and set him up. Because just because he lost this Florida race doesn't mean that in the future he can't run for president or anything, or be a part of a cabinet or something like that in that capacity. But he made a video and he was saying how he went to rehab, how he got himself together, how, he said he's seen his father battle alcoholism and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
And he was just saying, like, I went to go get treated. Like, and while he was there, he was able to talk to somebody about other issues he had going on with his life. At first I thought he was going to admit that he was messing around with the guys. But
he wasn't going. He's not. He's
not going to admit that.
He's admitted with his wife though.
Yeah,
he had to.
Yeah, that and
that's why he said he didn't know if his wife was going to stick around.
Right.
Not because of drugs or alcohol, but because of him sleeping with another man.
And he was talking about coming out. Coming out in that video. He said it.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like first of all, we as black people, we love a good bounce back. We don't care how fucked up you get. If you could bounce back from it, we love a good bounce back. And you will be all right, Andrew. You will be, even if he did come out and say, yes, I'm bisexual, just like Avery Wilson. Shout out to him. Nobody would be mad. Yes. Nobody
came out.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, nobody would be mad.
Have to come out and say
yeah, but I mean people do it all the time.
And I love Avery Wilson. I mean, that man can sing. He can sing. Yeah. But he didn't have to come out and say that. Yeah. Come on, Avery.
He said, I'm bisexual. All right, I'm out.
Where he said that at?
On Twitter.
Yeah, he didn't have to say that. Some things don't even need to be, like, okay.
But I mean, listen, we in a time where people either they're gonna be hiding it because they old school, or some people just like to be free and just let it out. Like, okay, it's a weight lifted off of them, because it could be the pressure in the industry, it could be whatever. But when I was 16, I ain't have all that time for is he or isn't he. I'm like, look, this is what I do. Now, don't treat me different because I'm the same person. You just know what I like to do sexually, and that's not really none of your business anyway. So, that's all it is. But I just couldn't live with me trying to be this DL type of person. No, I'm gonna have fun. And like as I became free with that, I also became freer as a person, because I wasn't the type that will always smile in pictures, or just like I'll be the wallflower. But now, please, you don't see me standing up against no wall and all that stuff. I'm gonna have a good time. But, Andrew Gillum, I'm happy for him that he got himself together. He's out of rehab. He announced that his mother battled COVID. So he's been going through a lot. And all we could do is pray for him. And I don't know if his political career is over, but I do wish him the best, and that he's getting himself together, and he admitted to his troubles, and I'm really happy for him. So there's no need to bash him at all. I really think that somebody set him up, and we won't know who it is. But that lie talking about, I went to a wedding and all of that stuff, Andrew, come on.
Right.
Just look, you just got set up.
Because I don't even think the person from the wedding even came out and said, he was at my wedding.
He was at my wedding. Yeah. The fuck? And you live in Tallahassee and you all the way down to Miami? Oh.
No, I ain't seen no wedding pictures either. Did you see any wedding pictures? No. Not a one. And why wasn't his wife at this wedding? Because I don't know no man going to a wedding without their wife.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't talking about his girlfriend. We talking about his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And your wife didn't go with you? Somebody's lying.
I didn't even know he had another home down in Miami. Or an apartment.
Okay.
Babe, that's where he took the fun
know,
boys.
Okay. We know what kind of house that is.
And they set him up. That's why y'all need to
That's why
stop
you need
playing.
to
Stop playing. Yeah, you know we ain't gonna. Y'all know what we're saying what I'm saying.
Leave them alone, because they are setting y'all up.
Right, especially y'all famous ones.
Okay, they gonna get what they can get from y'all.
Or see if they could manipulate you.
Okay,
Get that coin, get that check. Be smart about
2020 ain't over yet.
No,
There's more to come when it comes to this story.
no. Yeah, I'm hoping they don't try to get him a little more because he looks so happy.
I bet. I
Let
bet.
me tell you something.
He's come out to his wife. I bet he is happy.
Andrew ain't got no. Listen, he wouldn't have no problem with. I don't think
You wouldn't have no problems with you?
Fuck no. But be right there.
See,
As
that's
long
your
as he's
type.
divorced. You know, I'm like, he seemed like a. No, I like
Would you let him have his way?
Mm,
Yeah. I mean, if you ain't no problems with you, then just letting him have
just
his way.
because you like somebody don't mean they can have their way.
Oh, you like him?
I think he's very attractive. But
Do
that
you
don't
like
mean have
him,
my
or do
way.
you want
Have their
to
way.
have sexual relations?
Oh my God!
I mean,
So on
because
the
I didn't
spot.
know it was from like. I didn't know you went to like.
You can.
Because there's a lot of people I want to sleep with, but I don't like them. I just want to sleep with you. Okay. Once we're done, we're done.
And
Go about your
when
business.
We're done.
I ain't even gonna throw that word
I
like
won't,
around.
I won't say no because I don't let everybody have their way. You know what? There's a way to be picky and not there's a way to just be picky and do it still achieve what you came there for.
One thing's for certain, two things for sure. Never mind.
One thing I did with one don't mean I did with the other. That's what I'm saying. And I'm picky when it comes to different stuff, like what I will do and what I won't do.
And who you'll let.
And who I won't. Point blank period.
So
and it's not a lot that can say that.
Would you let Andrew?
No. I wouldn't tell you here.
You're lying. Yeah, not here.
I won't.
But you would. I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You let that man have his way. Yes, you would.
I wouldn't. I don't think I've ever let nobody just do whatever they wanted. You gotta give them a little resistance somewhere because that'll make them try to come back. I mean, not try. It'll make them come back because then they gonna want you to do
They
it.
ain't coming back.
Oh, bitch! I've never had that problem. Never had that problem.
Excuse me, Lady
Yeah.
Godiva.
Yeah, you better let. But see, y'all got to know what friend look. Cause this is gonna be one time or something we gonna do on a regular. Cause I don't know how we start talking like this, but yeah, y'all gotta be straight up with people. Cause then you gonna get August Alsina. Like he gonna be right out there writing stories about you and all of that shit. Like, listen, I know you like me and all of that, but listen, we just fucking. That's all we doing. It's just sex. That's all we doing. Don't fall in love with me because I'm never leaving Will. Like, that's all I think that went down. He still fell in love. People like, oh my God, but it's 3 years and he young. He knew what he was doing. He was 25 at the time, something like that. He knew. All these girls out here he can have, but no, he wanted the married woman. Mm-hmm.
And she wanted young Dick.
Yeah, she wanted to get broke off. Point blank period. Every older woman would love to get with a young man to break them down. If not once, as many times they can get it. Because they, sometimes they man is good, but then sometimes they need somebody younger and with more stamina.
Oh, I wish Barb was here.
Oh, my mom would.
I wish she was here.
I would never
she
ask
would-
her about her
I
sex
would.
life.
I would. This would be the way where you get out the room and
Yeah.
ask her. Not about her sex life, but about older women
And younger men.
younger men.
Yeah.
That would be a good conversation.
Yeah, but I know that's why a lot of these older women do it. Because these
Yeah, 'cause
a
these
lot of the
younger
old
men got a
men
lot to offer
they ain't got
with the
and they ain't got
pants.
no stamina. Yeah,
Right.
it's new dick and then it's old dick, and these women want that new dick.
Do you think what's name had stamina?
Who? Don't if I hope it ain't got one of my family members.
No.
Oh, bitch! If you talking about I don't even know about that. Bitch,
That's
you
exactly
tried it.
what I'm talking about.
Bitch, please.
Baby. She couldn't even keep her head above water at times. She'd be passed out. Throw some orange juice on her.
I'm not dealing with you.
Keeping your head.
Yeah, but But then some older guys like them young because they dumb. Say they don't, I never heard no older. You tried it.
What?
I think you farted.
I didn't fart, bitch.
See, well, you never hear older guys talk about, only like younger guys because they got the stamina. It's a lot of older guys like younger guys because they easy to take advantage of. But when it's a woman involved, it's normally because she wants somebody younger who got more stamina, can break them walls down the way they need them done. And if they get it right, they can have the keys. Let me stop playing with y'all. But for some of them, they can have the keys, the rent money. You can move in, bitch, and don't have to pay rent.
Yep.
And she wouldn't dare ask for them to pay rent.
Right.
Because he's breaking the walls down. I don't know what made me talk like this, but don't be one of them old ladies. No, but go ahead and get your back broken. Because sometimes you need it. You need it. We all need it. We all need a good time sometime. Did you have a good time this weekend?
Who?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything this weekend.
Oh, child. I thought he was going to admit to something.
I didn't. There's nothing to admit to. I didn't do anything.
So, we got through all of these topics. Yes. Tamar, Kanye, Nicki Minaj we didn't get to. Nicki Minaj is pregnant. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj on her first pregnancy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know that some people won't be trying to go in like, yeah, she got, but look who the baby father is and all that. Look, if Nicki happy, it don't matter. She could pay her own bills.
Somebody asked a question, and it was an interesting question. I don't like to get involved in her and her husband's situation.
Right.
But somebody asked an interesting question on Facebook that I didn't even think about. They said if her husband's a registered pedophile, how is that going to work?
I think that's because, no, I think a registered sex offender, but I'm thinking that's because
see that whole
it's his
story with
child.
her husband in that situation is confusing anyway.
Yeah, it's
because
a lot
it was
going
said
on.
that it was, from what I heard, that it wasn't that he raped a child. It was that he was young too, and the girl, him and the girl were both young, and the parents of the girl, I guess, didn't approve of them, and then they called the cops or whatever.
It's like
just
so
a lot
many different
stories to that, and it's just like.
But see,
or he may have been a few years older than the girl, and the girl lied. I don't know.
Me being a celebrity, if I was a celebrity, I would not put myself in that situation.
I know. It's so.
Because then, like, first of all, you got the thing with your brother.
Right. Yeah.
Then you got you.
Right.
And then you working with singers who have been accused of doing things. It's a lot. And then when somebody interview you and want to talk about it, you're going to be going to defense mode. Because that's something you got to defend at all times. Like, I wouldn't want that. So I would just leave that alone. Like, listen, we went to school and all of that. Yeah, the dick was good. All right, we can have sex again.
It's unfortunate though, Kevin,
because
especially when you get involved, like your feelings and stuff get involved. It's like, damn, now you can't even have feelings for this person because if, like you said, I already got an issue with my brother.
Right.
Now, and the brother, that you couldn't even deny that with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was just, my brother looked crazy too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot of things you can get. Ain't nothing fun about somebody. Well, nobody underage ain't nothing fun because y'all know where I'm going with that. But it's just some people is just bad. Like Nicki is just like she be like, I don't care, that's my man. She gotta defend him, and then he getting booked for not moving to the right, saying he moved. Like that's too much of a headache. It's too much of a headache. But if she wants to endure this, go ahead. I love her pregnancy pictures. I think that she looks beautiful. I think that the whole thing was beautiful, and I'm happy that she's happy. If she's happy, that's all that matters. It don't matter what we say or none of that stuff. None of that shit we think about. It don't even matter as long as she's happy. So congratulations to Nicki. She got a baby with her child. What is it? High school sweetheart, childhood sweetheart, whatever they want to say. And she looks beautiful, and that's all that's the only thing that matters to me, and that she has a healthy baby. So we're gonna go. We'll be back with a new podcast this week. If you did not listen to our podcast from this past Friday, please listen to it. We'll be back with a new podcast on Friday. I am trying my best to figure out how to get you guys a video during the week because it's tough to try to do a video and do a podcast on Fridays. So some of y'all might be looking for the extra video on Friday and not getting it. So we're going to have to try to do something during the week. or work out a way to do something during the week with the videos, because I don't want to just give y'all one video a week. But everybody, and please enjoy y'all week. We'll be back on Friday with a podcast. Make sure y'all listen to it. Download it on Spotify. Listen on iTunes. Tell your friends about it. We're trying to get more people to listen because we're trying to get some more sponsors for the podcast. Or if you have something you want to put on the podcast, please contact us so we can have it on. We can advertise you on the podcast. Yeah, that's it. Everybody, be safe. Peace. Wear your mask.
I still can't believe the hours didn't come.
Yes, they're